Hey, Coach Sean here again for 7 Days of Skinny Jeans, and I'm so excited you're joining me here for day number 2. Now, on day number 1, I asked you to write out what your goals are, why those are important to you, and plan out exactly what you're going to do, especially over the course of the next 7 days, and also to share all of that within our free private Facebook group where I can support you directly, as well as everyone else that's going through this journey too with you. Okay, so if you haven't done it already, make sure you stop this video and go back to day 1 to check that off. All right, if you have, I hope you've opened up the worksheet that's on this page, because I got another few things that we're going to focus on for today to really hash in what we're doing here, why we're doing it, and how we're going to do it to keep you once again motivated, seeing progress, and with increased energy. All right, so first and foremost, I want to talk about being in a positive state, because how many times have you found yourself where you woke up on the wrong side of the bed per se, and everything else just seemed really hard for the rest of your day? You know, getting in the car, getting the car started was really difficult. Getting the kids on the school bus was difficult. Getting to the office was a drag. There was traffic. You hit every light. Everything in your day just seemed to go terrible, and you felt terrible. Now, what about a day where you were just over the moon? Maybe you found out you are healthier than you expected, or you got a big tax return, something really simple that lifted you up and put you in a positive state. And all of a sudden, those red lights, somebody cutting off, just didn't have the same impact on you. That's all state of mind, all right? But you can see how that directly impacts our nutrition and our workouts, whether we show up to do them or not, or whether we actually take the time to eat the right things versus just grabbing the last thing we see because we feel like we don't have the time. So I want to share with you how to put yourself into a positive state. And we're going to be talking about this a lot through the course of the next few days. But today, I want to share with you the simplest way to do it. So the first thing I want you to do when you get out of bed, okay, and first and foremost, if you are jumping out of bed to go do something, take the dog out, whatever it may be, stop, okay? Give yourself 5 to 10 minutes extra. I can promise you, it doesn't make sense, but this is worth it. All right? Give yourself 5 to 10 minutes, whether it be sitting up in bed, sitting in the next room by yourself, or just, maybe out on the back porch if the weather's nice, and just being grateful for what you have: your health, your family, your spouse, your job, the 4 walls over you with a roof, because a lot of people in this world don't have that. So when you really think about all the things that we are incredible, that we're gifted with, whether we work for them or not, it just changes our whole perspective and our whole day. So for example, I was at my sister's wedding over the past few days, and the day of the reception dinner, I became deathly ill out of nowhere, like just like that, and I had to rush home. I missed the whole dinner. I was really bummed out. And I was just laying there in bed, and I was thinking, man, this is miserable. And then I thought about it. I was like, I'm gonna focus on recovering, resting up. And at the end of the day, I'm still alive. I'm still healthy. Like, I have this incredible wedding with my sister and her big day to look forward to. And I'm gonna be there regardless of how I feel. But not everyone gets to experience that. I know people have lost their sisters, right? So it's just like a simple little example of what I have to be grateful for right now, okay? Maybe it's a friend that can't walk. How awesome is it that you could walk? Or maybe it's something that a stranger did for you, some sort of lovely connection that someone gave to you unconditionally for no reason. When you could just feel it as I talk about this, you could hear it from my heart right now. Okay, when you reframe your day that way, it changes everything. So put yourself into a positive state, and all the little shit because there will be little shit that happens throughout your day that's going to deter you from doing what you need to do. It's going to set you up for success, I can promise you, okay? The second thing is we got to celebrate. So when we do our things, such as putting our simple plan together, buying our food, prepping our food, and doing our simple workouts, we need to celebrate that. And we don't celebrate it by getting unhealthy food. We celebrate it by doing something fun, acting like a little kid. So for the longest time, I used to hate doing cardio, and my training plan is very specific because I'm more into bodybuilding, and I do sprints on a treadmill, and I don't enjoy it, but it helps me get to where I want to be fast, so I do it, okay? And every time I finish, I always throw my arms up in the air like this and give a big fist pump. And I look like a crazy person, but I'm also one of the hardest workers in the gym that I go train at. So I don't feel shameful. People that are moseying along on the treadmill or elliptical, they look at me like I'm nuts. And that's cool because they're probably unhappy with what they're doing because they're worried about staying in this little box of comfort. Okay, I'm out there having fun, having a good time, and reaching my goals and reinforcing it up here from here with a feeling. Okay, when you anchor it, a positive with a celebration like that, like at the end of my group training, my personal training, I always have everyone share high fives, clap it up, cheer, because that positive reinforcement does go a long way. All right. So make sure you celebrate regardless of whether it be grocery shopping, planning in advance, preparing in advance, or showing up for your workouts and doing them. All right. Last but not least, that ties into our final thing we're going to touch on here, and that is the power of preparation. All right. So whether we are talking about simply packing your bag for the gym the next day, let's say prepping your food, and also packing it away so it's waiting for you. You're not scrambling at 5 a.m. to put everything together, or just making arrangements so you have a backup plan if for any reason you miss your workout. Those are really important things that you don't want to skip out on, because when you fail to prepare to fail. And that shows true whether we're talking about our personal schedule, our finances, our career, but especially when we're talking about weight loss or just getting active and embracing this lifestyle. Everything, how we do anything is how we do everything, right? So if you're financially put together, or if your career is put together, or if your relationships are put together, you probably invest time and preparation and focus and energy into that. You need to apply those same principles to this. And it's not going to happen right away, but I can promise you when you make it a priority, it will become something important to you, okay? So the more we focus on preparing, our focus is on preparing the things we need to do every day so we can do them, the results will follow, versus focusing on the scale every day and then stressing out that that's not changing, so we make bad decisions because we're stressed out. Does that make sense? So take all this and post in our free Facebook group, share what you're going to be doing today differently or in line with what your plan was already, and also what you have to be grateful for, all right? Because, a lot of us tend to forget that, and we tend to be ungrateful and come off into a negative state. So I hope today got you fired up and in the positive mindset. What I'm going to share with you in the video tomorrow is going to show you how to create more motivation, light a fire underneath yourself, and increase your accountability to a tenfold like never done before. All right, this is all going to come from within you. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video, but more importantly, in our free Facebook group between